This is by far one of the craziest and highest scoring game in coach mode history in college football 25. So I'm using Temple going up against Oklahoma, but today's video I'm going to be covering about ESG football as well. Today, since this video is released, is the day of the tournament that's going down. So I will give you guys a recap video in the next one about how the tournament went per usual. But anyways, I want to cover over ESG football in general and also within this version update build of the game for the beta playtest. For those, once again, that wants to join the beta playtest, you can certainly do so. Just check out the links down below in the description, join the waiting room Discord, follow the instructions, and you can also ask the community for help and guidance through the application process. But this version build of the game so far is probably the best one out of all the versions that we had. This literally hits a very balanced and quality spot of the game by far. Now, outside of that comes down to the user skills. So yesterday, after just labbing with a bunch of especially new players coming into it, but some OGs and veterans, when it comes down to user skills, of course, we see the competitive scene, the trash talk that goes down. But man, people continue to quit mid through the match. Like, if you're getting whooped, just take the loss. I mean, clearly, some people are not meant for certain positions when they act like they're the best at certain positions. It is what it is on that. Of course, later on, the devs is well aware of this. So, right now, when people do quit mid match or out of the match during the game, well, everybody ends up freezing and the game cannot continue. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do the same concept like Marvel Rivals, where you quit out of the match, you kind of get like a penalty of a wait timer. I'm not sure how they're going to go about it, but they will have some type of consequences for those that do end up quitting mid-match. And I'm going to say this right now, when it comes to user skills, playing your role, playing your position, playing your part, listening, communicating, if you don't do any of that stuff, you're going to get chewed out. That's just how it is when it comes to this type of game where it takes all those different ways of competing, but mainly when it comes down to user skills, um, user reaction, like especially at quarterback. Quarterback is by far one of the toughest positions to play in the game. And every time you're making a pass or so, you always have those receivers saying, "Oh, I'm open, I'm always open." That does get annoying, and also, for the most part, they may be open, but at the same time, they never acknowledge what the quarterback has to go through. But then at the same time, I seen some quarterbacks playing yesterday, and it was just like, bro, what are you guys thinking? And, I can tell some of these players still play it like it's Madden. They're dropping back 10, 20 yards, they're trying to run around. It just does not work the same way that you have been accustomed to with college football or Madden. Some people don't know the difference between a lob pass and throwing a bullet. Like, it's different on ESG football. It's not like based off the button press type when you're making a pass like college football or Madden. Like I said, this game is completely different from those games in EA. And when you struggle at quarterback, you're going to get chewed out. And because of that, a lot of people have been rage quitting just because how difficult it is at quarterback. And then at the same time, not just at quarterback position as well at other positions. If you get chewed out, people just can't take, the insults to, basically say that they're trash in a way, and they end up quitting. And that's just a competitive nature. I know for the most part, the community in the beta playtest, even though it's a beta, a lot of us is trying to help, especially the new players. But it's like at the same time, we're trying to compete as well, even though most of these matches don't matter. But when it comes to tournament time, that's when things matter. But yeah, I was giving you guys a little bit of insight of my experience from yesterday. So once again, today I'm playing in the tournament. Hopefully you guys will see a video tomorrow, which is Monday, which is a recap of the tournament and much more. And I'll go more in depth with the update of this build and give you guys a better insight of the gameplay in general. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed today's gameplay video in the background as I beat Oklahoma barely in overtime with Temple. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.